and you want to build a new expertise in your existing area, maybe newer level, or you want to build a completely new expertise from what you're doing right now. Key things I do personally to build my different expertise in workforce transformation, HR, digital transformation, different new stream of information technologies, and so on. And I'll be sharing with you. So if you want to build a new expertise, this is the video for you. So let's get started. So number one, I realized this one, when I want to build a new expertise in a new area, I have to be very curious. So when I was looking for, like an example, a new expertise in a workforce transformation or an HR field, I was been very curious about it, and I was been looking into it. I was reading different kind of report about HR, and I didn't really think about I'm going to do it like, become an expert in 1, 2, 3 years of time. I'm going to be an expert in over 6 years or even few years in time, and I'm going to do that one. One of the way it will make me keep going to this journey for that process of 6 to 3 years or even 4 years period of time is about I will be very curious. I'll be very curious. I will start reading all these different reports, and I will be also asking different questions, and I will try to look for the answer from other reports and other experts, other different sharings, different materials, and I will try to connect the dots. So that's why my first thing is about being curious is the number one thing to get started to build a new expertise in a new field. Number two, I will choose a new type of lifestyle when I wanted to build a new expertise. So that's a lifestyle matter a lot. So if you think about the quotes of Jeff Bezos say this one, you can choose a life about comfort and ease, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. So for me, I realized this one that this is such a powerful way to look at the life, and if you ask me like 10 times, I will be asking 10 times, I want to have a life with adventure and service. So as I wanted to be an expert in a new field, my continuously I'm thinking about what service I can bring. So that means when I'm thinking about what service I can bring means what value can I add. So now when I'm thinking about what value I want to add is about what problem I want to solve. So now I'll be looking into all these key areas of these questions, these three things, and I'll be staying curious, which is like my first mental model is to help me to push this journey forward. And now I just overtell the word journey, right? So I'm now thinking about journey. So what I was doing is about, as I'm looking into my journey, same time now I was thinking about it's a journey to adventure. I'm figuring out what is unknown to me. So knowing an unknown and turning it to a known thing is an exciting journey for me. So that's the way I look into this process, because I know it's not going to be done in 3 to 6 months of time. It will take me a few years period of time, even if it take 5 years of time, what kind of expertise I'm picking up. Number 3 is about being patient and keep looking. I know that I need to be patient because it's going to take a lot of process up and down. I may need to go forward, I need to come back, I need to do a backtrack, sometimes I need to take a detour, or sometimes I can use a shortcut. There's a few shortcuts I like to take to build a new expertise, which I will share with you later on part. So keep watching and you'll learn it. So I need to be patient. I know that as I'm building the new expertise in a new area, I need to be patient because a lot of things I will learn in this process, and probably to build this thing to take to the next level, I need to unlearn it. So I have realized this one that learning is really hard, and unlearning something even harder. So when I'm building a new expertise in a new area, unlearning becomes like 10 times more harder, and that's exactly why a lot of people found it so hard to build them to new expertise. Like an example, when I was doing a digital transformation as my expertise, and I was building out a workforce transformation, there's a lot of things I have to unlearn, which was an excellent way to do it in digital transformation, but in HR, it doesn't the right way. It's actually sometimes the wrong way example. So I had to unlearn it, or I have to segment it, and then I have to train my mind, my imagination, completely different way to build a new expertise in a new area as well too. So that's the thing, being patient and constantly learning, and more importantly using the mental model that's learn to go to the next level is really crucial in this matter. Number 4, time frame. So normally I like to set up a goal when I'm building an expertise in a new area. I know it may take 6 to 3 years to a certain level. Even like after doing something for even 2 years, I felt that I cannot add any significant value. I will pivot or I will backtrack into it. So normally I set up a goal in the beginning that hey, I'm going to invest my 2 years to build this new expertise, and after 2 years, if I don't have a significant amount of value I can provide to that industry, I will backtrack and look for something else. So I'm ready for a long run, but I'm also checking out my own status update and checking my milestone to see this one. Am I making progress? Am I really learning? Am I really capable to add value in this industry or not? So normally in 2 years, I do a litmus test about this one. So normally I do it normally a year later, and then 2 years later I do a massive one, and that could be a decision making. I keep doing. So like an example, 2 years later, after doing my test, I realized this one, yes, I can add value in this industry. So I'll keep doing into it. And if I do otherwise, like an example, I'm not really sure. So if I'm not really sure, I may think about a few more months, maybe 2 to 3 months, and I will ask a question as well too. But normally I give chance to only one time for maybe. This time it has to be yes or no. So if it's a no, then I will pivot to something else. So that's the thing I do a time frame to ensure that one, I'm not overcommitting and not keep digging the hole in the same place, but actually I'm making a progress and making the right decision. Number 5, becoming a volunteer. This is an incredible way and a step which really significantly I used, and it really helped me to build expertise in a new field. So when I'm building expertise in a new field, I'm learning, processing a lot of new information, trying to connect a lot of dots. So what I will do in this point, after a few months of trying and learning new expertise, what I will do, I will volunteer different other organization. I will see that industry who has such kind of problem which I want to solve. I will come proactively and I will tell them that, hey, I want to help you to solve this problem. Let me just work on it, and I will be a volunteer. And if I do something wrong, you can call it off. I will fix it. Or if you say this one is absolutely not right, I will stop and I will walk away and I'll do something else with another organization. So that makes the person really feel comfortable to work with me, that hey, actually he's willing to contribute. So I'm not there and telling them that hey, I'm doing something, so you need to pay me for that. So I'm kind of quite much out of the thing. So the person who's listening to me, it's much easier to say yes, let's do it. Because I'm coming on to add value for them, and they are not putting anything out of it. So now, when I'm solving few cases like that, maybe 3 to 5 or even 10, I have a track record of solving this problem. So now, those start to create a great mental model inside my mind to connect the dots, and that's the first sign of an expert, right, on that particular thing. At the same time, as I have to do 10 things about, so 10 projects I have done, so 10 projects become my portfolio, something it's become my own track record, and so I can easily use this track record to make myself confident, and also in the future who will be working with me, I can easily show it to them and make them confident to work with me as well too. So that's why starting with volunteer is an incredible way, and I love starting this way too. And that's one of my steps I always follow, building expertise in a new industry. Number 6, show my work. So in this phase, what I do is I constantly show my work to other people. So now, when I'm showing to the other people, there's a few things happen. Some of the work, people say, yeah, it's a good work, keep it up. This definitely give me a first layer of inspiration that, okay, I'm making progress. But then normally I ask them back, which exactly the thing make you feel that it was great? Tell me that thing. Because that exactly the dot is very important for me. So that means I am getting better on that particular aspect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest more time to make it even more outstanding, because I know there's a model saying this one is it's always easier to make your one strength to an excellent rather than a weakness to an excellent one too. So then I'll pick it up. The second thing I'll keep showing this work is I want to receive also the negative feedback or critique as well too. So I will receive some critique or negative feedback, and that's absolutely fine. Why? Because by giving this feedback or criticize, it's giving me an input to show me where am I doing really bad. So rather than I'm paying someone else in an agency, an expert who looking at my work and giving me an advice, and I'm paying them for that, and now all these people is helping me to just simply improve, which is incredible, right? So that's what I like to do I like to show my work constantly. I give it for free other people so they can easily try it out, and they can give you positive feedback and negative feedback. But here's the point. when I'm getting this negative feedback from critics, there are few way I actually filter them out as well too, because, and I like to share with you, otherwise if you show your work you may feel really hurt as well too, and I don't want it to happen, and I don't want it to destroy your motivation too. When somebody gives you negative feedback or criticize you, always ask, who is the person? Is the person truly care about you? Is the person really care about me? If I see this one answer is yes, I'm going to consider that one. If the answer is maybe or no, I will definitely discard this out. So this is my simple filter process of processing the criticize or negative feedback about my work, which I'm constantly showing as well too, because more I'm showing, the more feedback I'm getting, and also more confident I'm becoming as well too, and I'm getting better as well. So that's why it's a very important step for me to build a new expertise in a new industry. Number 7, ship my work. So in this bag, what I really care about is I like to ship my work as many times as possible. I don't want to just ship it once in a month. So like an example, if I just ship once in a month, I can get a feedback once in a month. But if I can ship like 4 times in a month, that means every week 1 time. So that means 4x feedback. So that means I improve from 1 to 4. But now here's the point. If I do 2 times per week, so that means I have 8 times I have shipped my work. So I got 8x feedback, and that's an incredible way too. So for me, when I'm building expertise in a new area, so I really care about how often I can ship those work out. So people can give me feedback, and really I use this feedback because I need a lot of quantity of feedback too. Once in a month feedback, maybe just positive or not really positive, and I probably filter them out as well too. So now what I'm going to do I'm going to focus a lot in shipping the work, a lot as much as I can, and then I filter all this feedback and I use it to improve myself, and that really helped me to process my improvement and development of building my new expertise in a new industry. Number 8, I will be just simply kill my ego, because in this matter is so much important, because when I'm trying to become an expert on part of the new industry, I'm started to build a little bit of ego on that one too. So what I really pay attention about that one, because when I learn something, when you start to see, oh, I'm getting better into it, then we think about we're kind of better than other people too, and that's kind of, oh, I'm really focusing my own style. And that's the moment is the wrong moment, because that's the moment we really need to excel our development and make it even better. And that's why it's so much important to listen from other experts, so I can clearly understand what is actually working for them, how it worked for them, so I can just simply use it and customize in my way, and then process in my way and ship it to my audience. But now, if I'm being very much egocentric about it, I will not want to listen. I want to understand what they're really doing, and that will make me slow down a lot more moving forward too. So that's why there is a common thing, it's about ignorance depth. So like an example, if I don't know something, how much is impacting me, or how much value I'm not able to provide for just simply not knowing that I want to. So I better go and pay off the debt and lighten it up and get the value return of me as well. So I will be able to give value, so this world will give me value back as well too. So that's why I'm really careful about this ignorance depth, and one of the way to handle the ignorance is about listen to other experts, seeing the success story, what is really working, what is really working, and then put it all together and then processing my way. So that's a really great shortcut. Getting a mentor could be really helpful too. So when I'm building a new expertise in a new industry, everything is unknown. I'm trying to figure out everything myself. I'm trying to read a lot of documents. But what I do most of the time is I like to get a mentor. So a mentor can clearly tell me what exactly the report I should read, how often I should read, where I should look for new information, which of the other expert is kind of I should follow through, because in an industry there's lots of experts as well too. But which expert could be the most right way for me to follow through? And in the beginning it's very hard for me to do that. So if I have a coach and I start to build relationship with the coaches, good understanding between ourselves. So then what happened? These coaches will start to tell me, hey, you talk like that expert. Bingo, that's the point. You probably talk to that expert. That's the point. That means those are the experts have a similar kind of approach of me. So I can just go and direct to the expert and really deeply I study about them, and I really consume all this knowledge and expertise they're sharing. So that really helped me to EQ my expertise as well too. And that's exactly why I do it, and this over and over. So this having a coach is a really great shortcut, and I like to follow. So here's the point. I share with you total 10 things I do to build a new expertise in a new industry. So if you have any other questions or if you need any help, go ahead and comment below. Love to give you an advice or love to give you an answer to your question as well too. And you probably wanted to check it out in this video, because in this video there's a lot of cool tips. Go ahead and click right now, and I will see you there. We have some exciting plan for the next week. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that out.